cops I interacted with here. One of them's Lothman. Sorry. The other one is, oh, by the way, the confusion with his name is how people pronounce it. Alright, so he's the first one that I had to deal with over Molly. Now, Trent Olson was there, but he didn't do a lot of talking. That's recorded, by the way. The situation with Molly continued. I record for my safety. I know I'm easy to take advantage of and that people can use public opinion to harm me. And they quite often do. I know that people don't like being recorded. I'm well aware of that. Don't do bad shit. Pretty fucking simple. Don't push someone to the point that they have to do bad shit. Now, with each one of these people here, they got to decide whether they're going to do the morally right thing or whether they're going to do the Republican thing. They usually do the Republican thing. Don't get me wrong, Democrats and liberals aren't any different. It's the individual that counts, and having a party system is horrible. The reason we allowed a party system is because too much was going on back rooms behind closed doors. But now that we have a party system, we've made that okay anyway, haven't we? I can't function, and people don't try to understand that. They don't try to understand how if they talk over me, how it stops me from being able to communicate, how it overwhelms me. This is an incredibly complicated situation, and that's why there's a lot of issues with communicating what's going on, because I'm forced to do everything in a little tiny timetable, and I have things that need to be expressed. They need to know what's going on. When I call one of these mandated reporters, they need to do something right away, but they also need to pay attention to victim safety. For years and years, I've had to jump through expensive hoops that nobody could afford. And before you go saying Bill Gates could afford it, well, maybe he could. Navigating corruption is a pain in the ass, especially when you're being abused or your family's being abused and nobody will listen. For most of you, you don't have any fucking evidence. That's the problem with all your bitching. You don't want to record because you think it's rude. Well, then it's not recorded when crimes are committed against you. I record everything I possibly can, and I do it for a reason. None of these instances since Natalie's death, none of them are separate instances. None of them. It's all one big giant fucking timeline of fucking abuse. And these dumb cunts and law enforcement, they take advantage of us because you guys will pay a lot of money to not have to see us. You guys will pay over $100,000 a year, almost $200,000 a year in some places, just so you don't have to see us. There's supposed to be all this help out here for us, and look what it ends us up with. We're forced through a bunch of hoops Or they try to force us to live there so that we can file a fucking report. So that we can have a fucking room to sit in to file a fucking report. Jesus goddamn Christ. How fucking simple a concept is that? It's pretty fucking simple. But apparently not a single goddamn mandated reporter has that available if you have a dick. That's what it comes down to. I'm not allowed to exhibit any signs of abuse, especially not any of the signs that a woman pretends. You got to see how Molly, after pulling her bullshit, wanted to pretend like she was afraid I would hurt her. Just Jesus fucking Christ! If I had my own place, like I did before Natalie died, I would have never met Molly. I would have never met these fucking pigs. I would have never been abused in Hood River. I would have never had to stay with Rand Ingersoll. I never would have had to depend on Tabitha Michelle Cook. Oh, yay, right? Ambulance. They get to do whatever they want to poor people because the only option we have is for it to drag out for forever. They do every goddamn thing they can, no matter what mandated reporter it is, to prevent you from fucking turning it in when people commit crimes against you. They're mandated fucking reporters. And yes, when somebody is coming to you and telling you they're being fucking abused and it is fucking ongoing, no, they're not allowed to fucking turn you on to somebody else and push you to somebody else and tell you it's someone else's fucking job. But you get to hear they do it anyway. All of my predators, every one of them, got to play on the mentally ill tag. Every single one of them. They're easy to pull out of the bunch. For me, it doesn't matter how honest I am. What matters is I've been made a target and I can't defend myself and I have to do desperate shit because I'm abused everywhere I fucking go. Maybe you should allow somebody an honest fucking day of court. Maybe if you're gonna give somebody a public pretender, maybe they should at least pretend to do their fucking jobs and get the goddamn body cameras instead of abusing their fucking client. Maybe they should actually show the fuck up to court. Maybe they should actually fucking listen to the person that they're supposed to be defending. But that's not what they give a shit about. We're like baseball cards to them. Some crackhead in Colfax gets busted selling her body because she can't pay for her addictions. She got 2 kids, so we got to feel sorry for her and buy everything up for her. All right, let's pay for a house. Let's pay for college. Let's pay for her kids to have every goddamn thing that they need. Let's pay for this stuff. Absolutely, right? At the expense of who? All of us. Because now you're criminalizing people who aren't criminals. When you force someone into a situation of desperation, and they're not going to be fucking heard. They're going to get talked over no matter what. Told that it's too complicated. Well, if it's too fucking complicated, why the hell did it get that way to begin with? Because mandated reporters were too busy trying to make a profit. And they succeeded. Trim off my mustache hairs. I'm tired of people pretending that I'm not disabled only when it suits them. Or talking over me and telling me rude shit that is absolutely off fucking topic. tell me to get a fucking job, try to understand why I don't have a job. Why I can't fucking take care of myself. After all these months of being bullied into fucking housing over and over again, hey, time out on the fucking housing. Do your job as a mandated reporter. Stop changing the fucking subject. Jesus goddamn Christ. But all of these people like clockwork, when I have to go in alone, what do? Push housing like it's crack. Hey, how about pay attention to the fact that I fucking had housing? Having housing doesn't get mandated reporters to do their fucking jobs. Once all of my money is spent, after I've gone to all these therapy appointments for not a single mandated reporter to do their fucking job, what the fuck are you gonna do? You're gonna tell me it's my fault. I made it very loud and clear to all of these mandated reporters that that's what I was coming to them for. They wanted to mix and match and make up any excuse why somehow magically they didn't have to do their job for an at-risk adult. But look, I still get pushed through the mental health system when I have to turn in fucking cops and other abusers. By the way, you're all invited to court again today. I'm sorry that I missed it yesterday. I didn't have court yesterday. I'm going to try to be there by 3. The abuse that I had to endure at the hands of the Boulder Police Department after I hurt my back in 2015 was unbearable. The way that my friends treated me was even worse. Oh, dude, just let it go. Just ignore him. Just ignore him, dude. Homeless people that I'd known for years stealing my things just because they could. The things that helped me to cope were all taken away from me, stolen from me, misappropriated. And you know what? My friends and my family didn't give a shit. When I hurt my back, Boulder Police Department was fucking relentless. When you're forced into homelessness and people want to call you mentally ill, that's the end of your life at that point. I mean, all you're going to do for the rest of your life is be victimized. Once they start throwing you in and out of the jail system, calling you mentally ill. Yeah, just like that guy the other day. The picture on the front of this. Othman and, hold on a second, what's the other asswife's name? Harrell. James Harrell. James Harrell was the second officer to come bug me. I was sleeping. He came over to bug me because he was assuming I was a dead person. Well, and it turned out that I wasn't dead. He didn't care about any of the rest of this stuff. I can't afford to buy their body cameras and the evidence of their wrongdoing, so I have to either record it myself, like Samuel Leon Lawrence IV did, or somebody else has to record it, like the situation with Zaid Atkinson. Both of those men had issues with one of my predators. Well, a whole group of my predators. Boulder police are predatory to all homeless people. Waylon Lolatai was the guy with the shotgun in the Zaid Atkinson video. What happened with those guys? They got paid $98,000 to one and $125,000 to the other. What did I get? I got all of my disability money spent over and over and over again, jumping through hoops that didn't do any good because nobody fucking cared. No public pretender was going to do their fucking job for a homeless disabled man. Oh, he's got a mentally ill stamp? Fuck it, he don't matter. He's not a human being anyway. When it comes to male victims, when we go to these services, we're blown off. A lot of these women get attitudes with us because how dare we? These services are for women. Men can protect themselves. Really? Really? You're just going to lump us all into a 350 pounds of solid muscle class, right? Oh, men are stronger than women. Some men. And some men are disabled. It's a complicated situation, and people want it finished in 10 minutes or less. 988, they got a 15-minute limit. Suicide hotline, 15-minute limit. Are they going to do their jobs as mandated reporters? No, they're going to ignore the abuse, and they're going to ask me just if I want to harm myself or others, and that's a trick question. Who wouldn't want to cut the heads off of somebody who's threatening to kill their friends and family? Who would want to be physically and psychologically tortured for trying to get help? You know what makes people suicidal? Ignoring abuse. These people don't care what happened to me. Mandated reporters, but only if I'm wanting to hurt myself or others. Nobody gives a shit about the people actually hurting me, actually harming me. And how dare I do or say any of those things back, right? Most of those things I'm incapable of even claiming I'll do back. For me, a crime is a calculated thing. What are the chances of cops actually doing their jobs this time? And are those chances better than zero? The antagonization by officers, that cannot be tolerated. All right, we've got a bunch of people out on the streets. You just want to assume we're all druggies, junkies, child molesters, and rapists, and that simply ain't the case. Don't get me wrong, I smoke my fair share of pot. Back in the day, I used to smoke a lot. But it doesn't help me. People's assumptions also don't help me. And any time that you're not listening to the victim, any time that you're spending speaking, you're not hearing what the victim is saying. Any time that you're trying to interject with something, you're trying to keep that nugget in your head, you're trying to remember that one little thing that you have to say. It doesn't work though, does it? Because the victim needs to be heard. You're welcome for picking my nose off camera. For those of you who are easily grossified. Alright. Now, you're welcome for picking it on camera. One moment. It's not easy to make friends when you're in a state of panic. When you got people running around saying you killed people, saying you were in jail for killing people, saying you're a rapist, saying you're a child molester. They do some pretty horrible shit. The thing is, no victims. Where's the victims? Where's the victims coming forward about this? There are none. There are none. There are literally zero. The Emery and Arturo situation. Natalie Bollinger and Alicia Bollinger. Natalie was embarrassed because I thought something happened that didn't. I didn't think anything happened other than what I saw. I saw two grown-ass men in sleeping bags with two little girls. That's what I saw. I didn't say they was naked. I didn't say they was fucking. I said it's inappropriate. I said when they do that shit, it makes it bad for all of us. All of us out on the streets. But those girls think about that. No, what they thought about was selling drugs for their daddy. And getting away from their daddy as much as possible. Why the fuck were those girls out there? But you don't stop to ask yourself that. No, what you want is an easy victim. Me. Because I can't defend myself. I can't protect myself. And all of my resources have been taken. I was literally forced to break the law to try to force the cops to do their goddamn jobs. Do you have any idea how fucked up that is? Meanwhile, I hold these mandated reporters responsible by recording it. For them to send me around in circles over and over and over again for, well, forever. The entirety of my life, that's how it is. Unless somebody actually speaks up, I just have to take the abuse. And look at all these people who have abused me by wasting time, knowing intentionally, they knew what to do. All of them. But it wasn't a matter of doing the right thing. It was a matter of fucking entertainment. And I'm easy, right? I'm interactive entertainment. I didn't make this channel to be a bully. I made it to speak out against bullies and to fight back. To get words, our words, actually heard. We've created a world where if you don't give a woman what she wants right when she wants it, she can just accuse you of whatever the fuck she wants. Doesn't matter if it's true. Meanwhile, Natalie never accused me of doing any of that shit. Alicia never accused me of doing that shit. Maddie Boa did. Natalie and Alicia lied and said that I stalked them because they were fucking embarrassed. Oh fucking well, get over it. What Maddie Boa did, that was far worse. Pretending that somebody's a child molester or a rapist to try to impress somebody. Slandering a man's name to his friends, and that's apparently okay. Even when it's the kind of slander that, as you can tell, gets people fucking harmed and killed. There's a reason I stay in public, dumbasses. I'm fucking homeless. How do you think it works out for me in the woods where I have no way to contact anybody? Meanwhile, I can't go to the cops alone because they're not going to do jack shit. They're going to pawn me off on someone else. This is what mandated reporters do. Every phone number they give me to call again and again and again. Phone numbers I've already called that have blown me off. You get to see how inappropriately these places interact. How do you think it feels when you're being harmed and the person on the other end of the line is in a hurry to fucking hang up on you? Do you think that fucking feels good? Suicide hotline? We're told to call them? Really? How about 988? That's fucking hell. I made this channel to try to get help for the victims. Instead, I just end up getting victimized. And then there's the whole, oh, well, you have the victim mentality. No, 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 no. When people choose to take a position of power so they can easily take advantage of people, that's not their victims having the victim mentality. When you're raped, is it okay to claim that it's your fault because you were thinking about being raped? Oh, well, you know, give it to the universe. Give it to God. Give it to the Jesus. All right, whatever. Fine, I'll pray to the Keister Bunny and Shanty Claus. Does that make you feel better? It's all a bunch of fucking hoopla to me. None of it gets the predator turned in. It gets fucking time wasted. I'll help, I don't know how. I don't know how. Bullshit, all of you fucking know how. And every fucking one of you took advantage of me and all the bullshit that you pulled. I needed help. What you wanted is fucking attention. For attention's sake, that's all you wanted. You were lonely and felt gabby and wanted to tell somebody about all your goddamn conspiracy theories. That's not fucking help, you fucking nut jobs. I show signs of long-term abuse, and you abuse me for it. That's fucking smart. Out of all the people that Officer Waylon Lolotai assaulted, the only two anybody gave a shit about were two black men who went to college. That's right, college boys. The only ones you gave a shit about. Demetrius Shankling was killed by the police. You gave a shit about him, what was he? A college boy. All fucked up and drunk and on drugs. But that's okay, isn't it? He's not homeless, so somebody fucking cares about him. Since somebody cares about him, they'll actually fucking investigate it. All my public pretenders were interested in is getting me off the docket and off their fucking caseload. Now I have to deal with stalkers everywhere that I go. And I'm told that it's my fault, my fault, my fault. It's my fault that I defended myself. It's my fault that I spoke up. Right? Those make me bad persons. That's the way you want to play it, isn't it? Like I got a multiple personality in here and I'm out fucking hacking people to death on my spare time. Fucking dumbasses. You get to hear all these inferences from these officers and these mandated reporters that it must be my fault. No, that is never fucking okay. And you're paying people to do this to men? How would you feel if you were treated that way as a woman? And man, how many of you women have been treated like that? This shit's not fucking okay. The evidence that I have is enough to convict a lot of these pieces of shit, but somebody has to fucking look at it, for Christ's sake. I shouldn't have to pay my sister $1,800 to show up fucking messed out of her goddamn mind and just shuffle papers back and forth for 2 fucking days. Nobody should be forced to break the law. When police break the law and other mandated reporters break the law, these crimes continue. I've got the evidence. Who's gonna fucking look at it? I don't want to post this shit on the fucking internet. I never did. I just wanted it to fucking stop. Hopefully that lady from 211 will call back. Hopefully she'll actually make a call with me to an adult protective services agency outside of Tillamook. Hopefully they won't take advantage of me again. And they do need to focus on the stuff from elsewhere, because that's what brought me here. That's the shit that me not being allowed to show this evidence, not being allowed to defend myself, having all of the resources necessary robbed from me. And yeah, you want to fucking bitch at me for doing desperate shit? People want to throw it in my face. All these thousands and thousands of dollars that I got right after Natalie died. I didn't get a fucking penny out of those. Candace Bondurant and Carl Rogers did that. They also helped to run off anybody who was trying to help me by going out of their way to mislead the situation. These people wanted me to be guilty. I get it. They wanted me to be guilty. The thing is, none of these people were professionals. The cops should have done their fucking jobs. I'd gone to them repeatedly. I'd gone to my friends repeatedly before Natalie was killed. I'd reached out to Natalie for help stopping it. I'd reached out to Maddie Boa for help stopping it. I'd reached out to Alicia Bollinger for help stopping it. I'd reached out to a lot of fucking people for help stopping it. Hey, please fucking help. People are hurting me. How dare I tell the truth about some fucking junkies? That's how you guys want to look at it, ain't it? Or because I'm still telling the truth, because I'm still being abused, and I'm still posting up evidence, you're going to go, you're still stalking Ellie. You can't stalk a dead person, dumbass. I'm actually stalked, you fucking pieces of shit. When these quote-unquote professionals want to say things like, it's not my fault and I didn't do it, all they're doing is being harmful and they fucking know it. That's the most pathetic part of all this, is that this is easily preventable. It takes a friend or a fucking family member who actually fucking cares. For over 2 years, after I hurt my back, hoping that a fucking friend actually fucking gave a shit, and none of them fucking did. They wanted to bully me and berate me because I didn't do what they wanted right when they fucking wanted it, because I was fucking capable. I had to fucking depend on others to keep their words, and when they fucking don't, I can't do it for myself, or I wouldn't fucking pay people. And these places try to pretend like somebody took money out of my account. No, they don't have to do that. All they have to do is fucking lie to me. I've been disabled my entire fucking life. My disability is PTSD from abuse. And because I show signs of PTSD, you use those as excuses to abuse me. It's in your nature. Anyway, I got to end this video. Hopefully I get a few more minutes of rest. It was fucking freezing last night. I spend all my money trying to get fucking help. I'm told if I do this or if I do that. And I run through all the fucking hoops and it eats up all of my disability money. I need that money to take care of myself. All of my back payments. All of it. Got spent jumping through hoops for my fucking predators. God damn it. My disability is that you're not going to hear me. And now that it's too complicated for anybody to even be able to explain it, even me who's lived through all this, there is too fucking much. And the police prey on that. Darren O'Connor even spoke about that. What was his excuse for never coming forward? It was too complicated. No lawyer was going to pick it up because it's too complicated. Meanwhile, I wasn't still in public housing, assisted living up there in Chapel because I couldn't afford that and to go to the Front Range. I wasn't in the Front Range to stalk Natalie. I was there because I was told by Nicole Peralta as well as the Dual County Sheriff's Department, hey, you got to go to the Front Range. There's no services here. The same bullshit they pull in Tillamook. The same bullshit they pulled in Hood River. The same bullshit in Warrenton and Astoria. They just don't want those services going to a homeless person, especially not a male. How dare we need help? Then there's all this paperwork shit that they expect us to jump through. That paperwork doesn't do any fucking good when you don't have a place to fucking do it in peace and quiet. When you can't physically take care of yourself and you are abused because of it. Yeah, they have to fucking do something. You say to call 911 right away. If I call 911 right away, what do they fucking do? Jack shit. They fucking bully me. How dare a homeless man call them? Meanwhile, when police want to blow me off and ignore my disabilities and not do their job and fucking grill me because I had to go in alone. And they want to fucking lie to other law enforcement agencies. Yeah, we need to fucking do something about this. We need to curb your enthusiasm for murdering innocent homeless men.